Francesca Benatti, and unlike the people who preceded me, I'm not a librarian or a text mining expert. I'm a humanist, and this presentation is going to be a preview of the kind of work that we'll be doing this afternoon in the sort of group sessions. So, I'm a humanist, I have some research questions, and I think that text mining can help me answer them. So, how can we do it? I work for a project at the Open University called the Reading Experience Database, or RED for short. We look for evidence of reading, of actual encounters between readers and texts between 1450 and 1945. And these are the kinds of data that we model for each reading experience. So we're looking for data about the reader and about the text being read, but also about the circumstances of reading. The date, the location, inside or outside, aloud or silently, alone or in company, and so on. It's the World War I centenary, so at the moment we're particularly interested about reading experiences during the First World War. We want to find out how the war shaped the experience of reading, but also how reading shaped the perception of war. So we want to know what soldiers read. Did they read books or newspapers? Did they mostly read letters from home? Were they read, and did what they read change depending on where they were? At the front or on leave or in a hospital or in a prison? And most importantly, why did they read? Did they read to escape? Did they read to motivate themselves? Now, in recent years, there have been thousands of digitized sources that relate to World War I content. The British Library alone has supplied loads to Europeana collections. In the Reading Experience Database, we already have about 1,000 reading experiences on World War I, harvested manually, entered manually, and already we can find common keywords that denote a reading experience, whether it's verbs about reading or types of reading material. But obviously, this approach alone is not sufficient. We're also interested in named entities. So there's the canonical named entities that any system would be able to get, and that we're interested in. So locations and dates, the names of authors. But to these, we would certainly need to add specialized entities, for example, book titles, because otherwise a reading experience like the one at the bottom, which doesn't include a name of an author or a reading keyword like I read or I wrote, would probably be missed. Now, obviously, I'm aware that there are going to be problems with using a text mining approach. Even just in our 1,000 manually collected experiences from 90 different readers, you can see there is a disproportionate amount that come from lieutenant and captain ranks, and very few that are from private or NCOs, and indeed I think we believe we have only one woman, solitary nurse. Is this problem going to be replicated as we get to analyze more sources? And obviously this is something that we need a text mining approach to also help retrieve, not just what was being read, but who these people were. As humanists, we are interested in the data both at scale to try and get the big picture, but we still want to be able to get to the individual experiences. For example, this reading experience from Ivor Gurney, who was himself a poet and a composer, could be retrieved and classified as reading romantic poetry. But it has some traits that are unique to a war reading experience. It's unlikely that, for example, in peacetime, Gurney would place so much emphasis on the size of the physical book, because it's important in the context of having to lug a pack with books that the book he is given is more. So we want text mining to help us retrieve both a large quantity of data, but also ultimately to help us focus on those individual experiences, on those individual stories that are at the heart of humanities research. So, thank you.